Yes, people, finally, Monday, we get to talk about some of the results. I'm saying finally, like my team even won. Can't say the same. Everyone on this panel today. You know what? Actually, you know what? Joe's gonna be here in a second. Let me see if Leeds won. I might have someone that's gonna suffer with me. Someone has to suffer with me. Let me check Leeds results.
Yeah, they won, man.
Come on. So I'm the only loser on the panel today. That is not nice. That's not nice. So you know what? All right, cool. Monts can go there then. Right. I'm the loser today. It's fine. But yeah, we're going to be talking about obviously the results in the weekend. We got, Man City dropping more points. Daps had a little bit of a rant yesterday, saying that they're not in a title race. They need to earn it. We're going to talk about his Ten Hag on limited time. Imagine what happens if we do lose against Chelsea at Old Trafford and whatnot. So there's going to be repercussions there. Talking about the Newcastle game. Arsenal and Liverpool, rightfully so, are stamping their authority on the league and making claims at the moment of time. And then Chelsea, whether you want to call it a controversial win or whatever you want to call it, they got the 3 points, and that's what matters at Stamford Bridge. So yeah, here's Joe. Big up Joe, man. Look, another winner. Everyone's won on this panel but me. Amazing. I can't even make it where it's all four of you at the top. But Ches can suffer with me because we got a mid off this week. But yeah, man, what are you guys saying and what are you telling me, man? How are we doing? I feel like I ain't spoken to Joe and Potson forever and Ches.
Yeah.
I don't care about money.
I'm good, man. Good. I'm happy. I mean, I'm sitting top of the league, top of the Champions League group. I'm calm.
Damn, must be nice.
I only speak Trent Alexander-Arnold. So again, if anyone wants to attend the seminar of how to speak Trent Alexander-Arnold, please again attend that Tuesday at 4 p.m. There's only a few spaces left, so yeah, link in my bio in it.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, well,
I'm good, Dorcas. I'm good, man. Yeah,
it's nice. It's nice. Your team won. I saw two. I just checked it. You won 2-1. I was hoping that you suffered with me, but yeah. What can I say? You're not. Ches. Feels like it's been a long time, man, but it's only been a week.
Yeah, man. We've only moved up one position since I spoke to you. 11th.
Oh yeah. I know you went from 10th to 11th back to 10th. Like you know what I mean?
I'm in slowly. Obviously,
had Chelsea been in the top? When was the last time you lot were in the top 4 or 5? Is it been this season yet?
First game of the season. Because we begin with C.
Wait. Oh, you mean 0? When a game has it? Yeah. Oh, that old one. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's good, man. Well, the first place to really start off is obviously the game that happened yesterday, the last game that happened, Man City versus Tottenham Hotspur. I think, can we all agree that we probably all wrote off Tottenham?
If you check score predictions that I sent you, I had 2-2. I thought it would be end to end.
Really?
Yeah, check it, man.
Mystic Joe.
I'm used to this, though, man. You know why? Because it was going to go one of two ways. It will only ever go one of two ways. They will either get battered or they will have a decent game. It's so much like Leeds United under Bielsa. We did exactly the same. Sometimes we would beat City 2-1. Sometimes we beat Liverpool, whatever. And then on another day, we'd get slapped up 5, 6, 7s. Which, and that happened against Man United. You know that as well, because 2-2 at our place, or, you beat us 6-2 or whatever. I think this hint is that well, exactly, yeah, for you. No, but this is what you're going to get with Ange. I don't go along with the narrative. Everyone was saying, even during the game, they need to, sit in, or why do this? Had they have done that, they might have lasted out for 90 minutes and maybe lost 1-0. But as it was, they went and had a go. And it's 3-3. It was a Premier League classic, and Spurs got points. So, City obviously could have and should have maybe won the game. Haaland missed the sitter, didn't he? A couple, really. But, yeah, listen, this for me is why I enjoy watching football. Someone said, it's terrible defending. Well, I'd sooner watch that than, I don't know, like Man United, for example. Do you know what I mean? So I enjoyed it, man, and I got points for the draw, mate. So there you go. Get it up there.
Yeah, there you go. What you saying once, man? Tottenham yesterday, you had a bit of a different opinion on it. You actually put it to a close game as well, you know. Like in your prediction, I think you put 2-1 City. You said this was going to be a close game. I thought it was going to be a barren. I put 4-0 down. So that's how wrong I was. But
I mean, I was tempted to put a draw, but I didn't want to almost embarrass myself. So I went for the safe option and said 2-1, even though I said this game's going to be close. And the reason I said that was because City ain't been convincing in front of goal, and their defenders are looking a little bit shaky in individual situations. As a unit, I still think defensively City are very good as a unit, but individually, it's looking a bit spooky. As I said, the goalkeeper, I told you that baddie with a tattoo on his neck. I told you about him. You know what I'm saying? There's something's going on like with Edison. And bro, if that was a certain keeper who doesn't have a skin fade and just has a high top and he's in a Man United kit, they would have been talking, you know what I'm saying? But I know that's shameless to say, but for me, like, we really call things out enough when it comes to I understand that they do have that treble, and I'd be glowing about the treble as well. But again, certain defenders, man, and certain choices from Pep as well, man. And Ake, like, again, he's probably got a few dreads still in the Etihad in the penalty box after getting dunked by a guy who I've never seen score.
That one made me laugh yesterday. How do you know what? Yeah, you're nearly as good as expression. You know, your one-liners are crazy.
Nah, but he's generational, man. You know what I'm saying? But no, but I'm being generally serious, like, because when Ake did get dunked on like that, it gave me like flashbacks to when Trent got dunked on by Mitrovic opening day last season against Fulham. Like it gave me the same vibes. But Mitrovic is actually known for winning headers. Like he's known for dunking on man. Like that's his thing. Kulusevski don't dunk on no one. Has anyone ever seen Kulusevski score a header? Anyone?
I don't know, but that was looking like Didier Drogba, I'll be honest. Like, you know the way he flattens someone like that? I'm thinking usually it's a unit. Didier Drogba is the first person that comes to my mind when it comes to a header. Right?
Bro, Kulu ain't no unit, bro. So
he's slim, like he's really slim and
yeah,
slender.
yeah. I don't understand. He's one of them guys that's slim and tall, but maybe he's like not even that tall either. I thought
he's quite tall. He's quite tall.
The ball even hit his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So for me, and Vardio, Barbie doll, whatever you want to call him. By the way, big up Vinny for that one. That whatever you don't want to call this 100 million, if anyone else's £100 million signing was looking a little bit shaky like this, they have a lot to say about it. You know what I'm saying? For me, the fact that Vardio has been bought in for so much money and he's not even playing centre half, and United and City are looking spooky defensively, maybe some questions need to be asked. Listen, City are probably going to figure it out at some point, but it's not always the same. They're going to come good, so you know they don't deserve criticism now. Of course, they deserve criticism now. If we're going to criticize Liverpool on little nuances, and we're gonna criticize Arsenal on little like Zinchenko's error the other day, even though they still won the game, then City deserve the same sort of like standard of, you know, what's the word? We're still gonna what's the word? It's gone out of my head now.
Critique.
We're still gonna critique them because at the end of the day, the Premier League, the level to win the Premier League is still very high. You know what I'm saying? So I think.
Do you know what's mad as well, Monts? Walker. If that was Trent, he'd get absolutely rinsed, man. That was
100%.
shocking. The goal that they conceded, didn't even just watched it go across and equalise. It's like, and I rate Walker. I think he's sick. But I was sitting there thinking, if that was Trent Alexander-Arnold, they'd be going nuts because of his lack of defensive knowledge. Now, I know Walker is better in terms of going backwards and forwards, but for me, that was poor, man. The Man City, let's be real, I didn't think they missed John Stones this much, but they need to bring him back in, man, because their defensive record is shocking. 4 against Chelsea, 3 against Spurs. Come on.
I think they've conceded in the last 4 games 11 goals, if I'm correct. 2 against Leipzig, 4 against Chelsea, so that's 6. 1 against Liverpool, so that's 7. No, maybe is it 10? Am I wrong? Is it 10? 10 or 11 goals they've conceded in 4 games? I don't know if my maths is off right now, but yeah, it's weird when you have to criticize Man City because they win all the time, but this time around, I don't know what you can put it down to all different things because maybe we done this a little bit last season. You don't learn your lesson, but they're not prone to not being getting criticized because currently at this moment of time, in my opinion, I said it to Staps yesterday. And as much as he wants to get it done, and he knows that Pep's a magical genius, I said the best manager to ever grace the game in Sir Alex Ferguson could not even get the 4-peat done. That's the way. That's what I put it down to. Getting the 4-peat done after doing a treble, especially after a season like that. And at that point, I think Man United done a treble, but that was the start of winning a 3-peat in terms of the league in leagues. Doing a 4-peat is is crazy. As much as you can motivate every single person, they have brought in Kovacic, they have brought in Nunes and they have brought in Joško Vardio. It's not exactly quality for quality when you leave out, clutch players like Gundogan and Mahrez, and it's going to be a struggle this year for them. Potentially, anyways. I don't want to go ahead of the gun. They still got.
I don't know, man.
It
I ain't going
is,
there
it
yet.
is, though.
I ain't going
It
there
is.
yet.
It's going to be tight, but
Come on, Potsy, it's yours, man. It's yours.
remember why I'm saying this is because a few games ago or so,
I hope
we were
so.
saying, a lot of us were probably saying, yeah, you know what, City are going to run away with the title this year. But currently, right now, it's not looking like that if we're going to go based off performances, because I don't think no team's really performed but Liverpool. And even then, their defense is a little bit all over the place sometimes, but then they keep clean sheets 5 in a row.
People can't say the whole thing of but they'll get into gear. They can, because obviously they've done it previously, and you'd be dumb and naive to ignore that fact. But the problem is that the players they've got rid of were part of the team that helped them get through those like tough periods, like Gundogan, Riyad Mahrez. These men had the experience and know how to get through. Does Doku and Nunes, or even Kovacic to a certain degree, I don't know if they have the same knack. Yes, they can prove it to Man City fans, obviously, but we can't sit here and say, yeah, Doku's definitely going to come with that clutch moment against Spurs when it's 3-3 or it's 2-2 and get a last-minute winner and dead the game off. I can't say the same thing. That's the difference here. So although I want to say as a Chelsea fan, Arsenal can't do it, and I have to be objective and say, are City really going to turn it around? And who's going to turn it around? KDB? Can he do it all his own? Can he?
I think that's a huge bonus for them though. KDB is going to get if he's coming back now in December or something. You know what? He's got to get match sharpness and stuff. Till then, to the end of the season, he probably could still get you 10 goals and 15 assists. That's an extra 25 goals, unless someone disagrees.
No, I don't disagree with that. I think with City, we all know that past February, it's like February, March, April, May, it'll be 100% record. They've all done it. I understand what you guys are saying, but I think that the season they did it last year, Liverpool fans, like I was speaking to Greers, Errol, all these men were saying, this is our year. This is our year. They've lost Jesus. They've lost Zinchenko. They've lost Sterling. This is the one. And they just went boom, 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 boom. Now everyone's saying it again. Oh, Gundogan's not there. Mahrez is not there. They have replaced him. Whether you think they're going to go run away with it, yeah, they might not. They didn't really run away with it last season. But I think we'll get to March, April, and I think all three of us will still be in the title race. I really do. I think Arsenal. I think it's going to be tight, man.
That's what the conversation is. Whether you guys will win it or not. They'll still be in the title.
And I still don't think that Liverpool, Arsenal will win the league. I still think it will be Man City.
Still think so. Fair enough.
Yeah, I do. But I've seen no evidence to suggest that Man City won't win the league.
I've got one.
They won't run away with it. I don't think they'll run away with the league. That's a different conversation.
You know what?
If they're going to win it by 11 points, then that's a different convo. But I think they will still win it because I think the Liverpool performances like at the weekend, I don't think that's going to win Liverpool the league. I think it's great they score goals, but they're not defensively good enough. And I think Arsenal just haven't got the strength in depth still in a certain key areas if they were to lose key players. We've got to rely on very, very lucky, no injuries basically to like Saka, Saliba, those man. So I think it's going to be difficult for both Liverpool and Arsenal to win this league still. But I think you're right in saying that City won't win it by 9, 10, 11 points. I think that's fair.
Yeah, but you know what I was going to allude to as well, to Joe or even once, is that we spoke about how good City's defense were last season. They were conceding only one goal per game at some point. Or no, the minimum one, never two. I'm not even trying to get ahead of myself because I'm going off the last few results. You know, I've not really known City to really go on a period of bad runs realistically. I look towards January. I think January could be the clutch straw for Liverpool, Arsenal, or Man City. I think Man City need to recruit. They need to recruit. You can't say Man City got quality. This is what that's been screaming. All people think they got quality all over the squad. They don't. Their bench is quite weak. And if not, they're quite young. Rico Lewis and so forth. Doku's quite young. You know what I mean? Vardio was actually very young. So I don't think they got mad quality and depth on the bench at the same time. But I was going to allude to this. Rodri is now out for next game. Grealish is now out for next game. And last time we checked, when Rodri was out, they got to go Aston Villa away without Rodri. That could potentially be more points dropped to Arsenal's games, who's got Luton Town tomorrow. And I think Liverpool, who have you got, Mons?
Sheffield United away.
Sheffield United are about to sack their manager. Come on, Sheffield United. And, you know, more than likely, Salah's got, you're gonna smash them. You're more than likely going to smash them.
We said that about Luton, man. I've got a whole.
No. But Sheffield are crap. let's put one thing straight.
Yeah,
Sheffield.
so are Luton. Luton
No,
are
no,
crap.
no. Luton proves
Don't
to us.
rate them now.
No,
Don't rate them
wait.
now. They're
No,
crap.
we can because we change opinions through teams throughout the season. We wrote them off. Luton has proven to be quite resilient home and away. Not consistent. I think they've been harshly done by, but with obviously with what's it called? With Sheffield United, they are literally dog shit.
No, they're
They
bad.
are
Hey,
dog
Monk,
shit.
easy win. Come on.
Yeah, no. Listen, they're bin juice, but again,
Their bin
I've
juice
seen
is
my
leaking.
team. How many? There's Liverpool. We do sometimes have that knack of just drawing to a team that's just complete.
Not
and
Sheffield.
utter dog shit.
I'm not trying to hear this. Are you really doing this?
No, because when I
Well,
said
this
no,
is
do you know,
shameless.
you know what
Come on,
though? When before the Luton game, I tried to do the. I'm not gonna lie, man. Them Luton have only lost by 1 goal at their ground at that point in the season. And man, we're like, oh, Monty, you talking about? Man, what are you talking about? We went and drew the game, and it's like, oh, like I tried to say that, bro.
By the way, Sheffield United after 14 games have conceded 39 goals.
Okay, great. I'm telling you right now, and I did
That's
say
nearly triple.
watch out for the Luton. I said watch out for Luton. Everyone's like, oh, we're gonna smack them. I still think we should definitely beat Sheffield United, but no free. You have to earn, bro. You're 10th, you're 7th. You man should know you have to earn your 3 points in the Premier League, no matter who you are playing. No matter who you're playing, you have to earn that.
Hey, that's been Man United for like 10 years, Ryan. It's normal. But yeah, man. If we go back to the game, anyways, after what Joe says, go on.
Yeah, no, I think I think Villa will beat them. I think Villa and Villa Park's a bit of a fortress, to be fair.
And lost for ages, Joe, have they?
No.
It's
And
not
I
crazy shout. It's not a crazy shout.
No, it's not. Ollie Watkins is flying. Like you mentioned, Jack Grealish being out, Rodri. We've seen what happened when Rodri.
And Doku, Doku might not be playing. Doku might not be playing either. He might have an injury.
Yeah, they felt a bit without Rodri before as well. So this is the perfect time for Villa to play them for me, especially quick turnaround as well, having played Sunday and then again Wednesday. And is it when? Yeah, I think it's Wednesday, not Thursday. But anyway, and almost it's the worst time to play Villa for City. So yeah, why not? Why not? I'm not convinced that they win the league. I know there's a hell of a long way to go. Of course, they're still going to be right in there, but I also want them. Yeah, I also want them to not win the league. Let's switch it up. I don't even think it's about City. I think it's more so let's make the league overall competitive, and I think we're seeing that. You know what I mean? When Haaland came up, everyone was Farmers League, City win it every year. Okay, they might do, but let's make it competitive. And I think this season it's proving to be the case with Liverpool's resurgence and that as well. So yeah, man, I'm gonna back Villa on Wednesday, and I think we're gonna get a changing of the guard at the top. I think why not? Ollie Watkins on fire, so he'll score 2-1 or something like that. Let's have it.
Yeah, it could be along the lines. We're going to talk about that. Obviously, they're playing on Wednesdays at once. Is it Wednesday?
What for Liverpool?
No, Man City, Aston Villa. Is that Wednesday?
Yeah, that's Wednesday.
I think so. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Yeah.
Perfect. Probably time to even talk about that on Wednesday morning. Probably even actually Tuesday tomorrow. We probably go more in depth about that lineups. Get what Daps has to think. I think it's probably relevant to how he feels at the moment. And right now, I know he's not feeling exactly great. But if we go back to the game, I think rather than taking away what City have done badly, we have to also again, we done this for Arsenal last year. I've said this before. They have to do this test, that test, this test, that's a test. Right now, Ange is missing half of his first teamers, and he came away from the Etihad with a point. Maybe is it well deserved? Is it isn't? Up to you lot. But you have to be giving Tottenham some serious praise. And Ange, mate, to think that this guy was actually 5th choice as their recruitment in for management is crazy. They found gold. They found gold dust. Whether it's I don't know if it's down to having no pressure or not, but Tottenham, without Harry Kane, we all wrote them off. We wrote them all off. Every single one of us. I don't want to hear that. No, you know what? I gave him a chance. No, you never. Tottenham fans didn't even give themselves a chance. I don't know why you're screwing Ches. Right now, Tottenham are making a great case in recruitment and in management. And their players look like they're buying into it. And you can't knock it.
I think the praise for yesterday's performance, let's be careful. Let's not go over the top. Like, it wasn't some next.
They had 2 fullbacks at centre back.
You said
against
the reason
Haaland.
why I screwed. One sec. The reason why I screwed is because half their first team is out. That's actually not true. Bentancur's been out the whole season anyway. Romero's got a suspension. That's his problem. Yeah. Then you've got
True.
Richarlison, who scored 1 goal in the league last year, who's a dusty footballer anyway. And then you've got their spine. I agree. Maddison and Van der Ven are out. Apart from them two, I can't really think anybody else who walks into their team who wasn't missing. So
Oh, you
just
could,
calm down with this half squad.
no, wait,
thing.
but if you say that, then you could say their wingers are it's subjective at this moment of time. We don't even know who's
Perisic
starting.
probably wouldn't play anyway.
No, but even
real.
Richarlison was starting for them. He's got quite a bit. He was starting for them over anybody. And then it
But
was
I'm saying
Brennan.
like the difference makers. Like the difference
Yeah, but
makers. Like,
regardless, if you want to put it to a 10 on the pitch, if you put it to the pitch, there's 10 on the pitch. You're missing Van der Ven, you're missing Romero, you're missing Maddison, you're missing Bentancur, you're missing Papa Sarr. That's what I've just said 5 names, by the way.
nah, but I think what I was gonna say was apart from that is that they played well yesterday, and yeah, like they stuck to the game. But let's be real, City, if they were even like remotely good at finishing, would have ended that game. They hit a post a few times. So like football is like you have to assess it. Yes, you look at the result and go, yeah, but you have to look at the performance as well. Would I say Tottenham played like that well? Not really.
Well, he stuck to
They
his
took their
principle.
chances, yes, and defensively they weren't great, but it was more a case, in my opinion, of City being off than Tottenham being on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, we can do tit for tat at the same time, but they still scored 3 goals against that defense.
But so did
Yeah.
we. We don't score goals.
You know,
for
like
City.
I know they lost against Wolves and I know they lost against Villa, but at the same time, he still stuck to his principles. Like they still tried to play out the back, didn't stop. You know what I mean? They tried to make something out of nothing, and that's what they did. And that's what you got to get. That's how you actually get a point. Look at Liverpool. They didn't exactly play great against City, but they got something out of nothing. Like Trent came out with the goods again.
No, but what I'm saying is because City played poorly against Chelsea, Liverpool, and Tottenham. So it's not a Tottenham thing why they didn't win the games. It's a them issue. Because the same way people looked at us when we got a draw was like, Chelsea were decent, but City were off it because Diaz had a poor tackle. That's what I was saying after the game. Even you were saying it. Oh no, Diaz played shit. That's why you man got a goal. It's like, yeah.
No, he played well in the first. He played well. He played well in the first half.
Game yesterday. Let's be consistent and say, well, I would probably say it's more Man City's poor defense, which is uncharacteristic to them.
I hear it, but you know what? Look at Shane. Look. This is what I mean. I can tell Shane. I already can tell you, sport Chelsea 1 point in 12. Relax your brown nose in cash. Yeah, I don't know, man, about that one. Like whether you like it or not, Tottenham got a point. If that was my team, if that was Joe's team, if that was Arsenal at the Etihad, Liverpool already been there, and especially you, Chelsea as well, or myself, we'd all be absolutely creaming about getting a point at the Etihad and taking points of City. So why can you not give them credit? Just because they had two, I hear it, they had 2 bad games beforehand.
They got a point against City in the 4-4. So that, like, why is no one happy that we did when we did it? No one congratulated us like that. We actually did, to be fair. What I did.
Yeah, look how much credit we gave Chelsea, by the way, when they got the 4-4. And we were saying
No, that's not true. I was saying a lot of gaslighting. I don't celebrate a 4-4 win and all this.
No.
Don't do that.
No, we haven't. It's the way you lot. You know what you lot do. You do what Arsenal fans typically do, innit? You're doing this thing where you explode it into something absolutely tremendously amazing, and it's the best thing in the world right now. That's what you've been doing lately.
Ain't just us, man. Everyone does that, Cass.
Yeah, everyone does it. No, but it's, you know what? It's the ones I talk to. I can't actually say for everybody. It's Don, it's Ches, it's all of them, man. Lewis, all of them. Yeah, that's the people I typically talk to. Yeah, you done well. Haaland, soft penalty. To be fair, you should have won the game. In my opinion, you should have won the game. Harsh deflection. You got a deserved penalty at the end. You got harshly done by. We credited you, but the same way we can credit Tottenham as well.
I think Tottenham and Chelsea both deserve credit. This is an unbelievable side, by the way, in City. So both of them deserve credit for taking away a point. I thought Tottenham were dead and buried when I saw their team. And, they're trying to replace Maddison with Lo Celso. They're trying to make do without Bentancur. They're trying to make do without both their centre-backs, playing both their full-backs at centre-half, and Haaland not scoring. Yeah, granted, he missed a couple of sitters, but still didn't get on the score sheet. Fair play, because Postecoglou, to be fair to him, he came in and everybody laughed because Tottenham had sold Kane and they were going to finish 12th, and Tottenham were a finished club. And Postecoglou, has come from Scotland. They ain't going to be the guy. To be fair, he's really impressed me. Not just the recruitment, because all of their signings have been pretty much hits, Tottenham. There ain't really any bad signings they've made so far, in my opinion, anyway, this season. And then when you look at the style of play, I think it's been quite attractive. Yeah, it's going to get caught out because the high line's going to do them. Trust me. But fair play. I don't think it's going to win them another trophy, but it's definitely going to get them a lot more attractive football than they had under the likes of Conte, Mourinho, and all that stuff, which they wanted to get rid of. So fair play for Spurs. It's working. I didn't see a title race. I still don't, but I still think that they could go for Champions League for sure.
Yeah, Shane, Arsenal, sports Arsenal, we are speaking like they won. Yeah, but you're the same guy. If you got a point at the Etihad, you'll be creaming as well, Shane. Let's get that straight. I think, like, come on, man. Let's be realistic here. You don't lose at the Etihad. I think they're unbeaten in like 53 Premier League games now at the Etihad. By the way, the record speaks for itself. Guys, there's over 400 of you in there. Please smash the like button. We're not even on 100 likes. Not even 100 likes, months. You know, we're 11 away. It's
giving me Hoyland vibes. I need a bit more, to be honest. We should at least be on 150 likes. So
if we're really doing it, it's gotta be Jesus. Like, you know, one goal.
Rashford.
Yeah,
No, but
Rashford,
that's still one more goal than Hoyland in the Prem. That's still one more.
Yeah,
how about this? Me and Hoyland have the same goal scoring record in the Prem this season. How about that?
Yeah.
Me and Hoyland. Which one's the professional footballer?
No,
Someone close their eyes over the
attack. What do you mean? It's the whole attack. It's not just Hoyland, bro.
No, Rashford got 2 goals and an assist.
When? Oh, the other day.
He scored against Arsenal. You got an assist against Forest, and he scored the penalty. Anthony, don't get me started. Anthony, his record in the Prem this season is the same as Potts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, let me know. Like, we can all do stats. In fact, I've got a goal at a Premier League stadium. So who you know what I'm saying? Like, let's do that. But these men are on 350k.
I look forward to talking about Rashford, by the way, because
we're going to move on to
I'm
actually. Rob Dawson came out and said Eric Ten Hag is battling to keep key players on side following a defeat against Newcastle. A group within the first team becoming disillusioned after a 10th defeat of the season on Saturday overall. Is Ten Hag running on limited time?
He's finished already, man.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done. It's just a matter of time. It might be after Chelsea, probably not Chelsea, probably Liverpool game. When's that coming up? Months, what? 21st?
23rd. What, for the United?
United.
No, the United game's on the 17th. Is it 17th?
Yeah, I think it could be like soon. He's just walking on there, on treading on thin ice, man. Like, he's finished. Let's be real.
Who are they gonna get then?
Yeah, you know what?
I don't even know, bro. I can tell you. Only me. I'll take the money.
They need to give it. Oh, it's gonna sound so wild, man. Just go get Thomas Frank, right? Or someone of that ilk, and people will mock it and people will laugh. But look at Ange, and I'm not saying you're going to get that, but go give someone a chance. Starting from the bottom, now we're here. This is what not some guy who's got certain, he's coming from Ajax or whatever. Just go get someone like that, man. They need something fresh, something new. I don't know. I rate him, and I think with better players, I don't know. I like Thomas Frank.
I really like him, but I just think there's more problems than Ten Hag at Man United. I think Ten Hag's been poor.
True.
But I think if you went and got Thomas Frank, they're not going to now all of a sudden go be a Champions League club, in my opinion. I just feel like Manchester United have done this too many times. And I just think when we talk about Man United, people go, it's Mourinho, get rid of him. It's Oli, get rid of him. It's Wreck-It Ralph, get rid of him. It's now, what's his name? Ten Hag. Now they'll go and get somebody like De Zerbi or Thomas Frank, and in 7 games' time, it's Thomas Frank. When are they going to learn, man? And this is why I keep saying it. I've said it to Kaz, I've said it to everyone.
Give it Giggsy to the end of the season.
I love that, man. That is my favourite. That is the solution. Giggsy. Listen, and do you know what? It's mad. You may as well go and give it to him because there's no one else, in my opinion. Until Blazers go.
No, you know what? Yeah, this is. I would take up. I think the direction needs to come from the top now. What football do you want to play? What style do you want to go do? What's the 5-year plan? That it comes down to Ratcliffe.
It's neglect, bruv. It's not going to come from the top. They're crap.
No, but we can't be getting.
People tell me, they haven't neglected Man United because they spent £1 billion. You have neglected it because you've allowed that £1 billion to be spent on shit. This is the problem.
That's what I'm saying. That's where it has to come from Ratcliffe and that now. They need to point what kind of football they want to play, what style. They need to point what kind of coaches you're going to get in case one goes wrong. If it was me now personally, I'm looking at world football and thinking there's no one really available. I still want to see it out with Ten Hag personally, and I just think it's the players still. I do think it's players. A lot of them. It's the same ones I've been here for years.
What
I've seen. I think it's just low IQ players. Like, I think he doesn't do himself favors by picking McTominay and everything because I think he's absolutely shit, and he is shit. Yeah, Rashford. I've been saying it for probably about 3 years now. The man's not a footballer. Other than scoring a few goals, and I get it, goals are the hardest thing to score in world football, but he is shit.
Something
Yeah,
wrong, man.
it's-
I've always said it up there. He ain't gonna make it at elite level, Rashford.
I
There's
think
something
so,
wrong
man.
up there, bro. I said it ages ago on Terry's channel that he was Danny Welbeck that feeds kids, and everyone started going, "That's well out of order. That's well out of order. That's so harsh. He's world class. He's like our Mbappe. He's worth £100 million." I'm like, calm down, man. He ain't. Do you know what?
I
It's an
think
insult to Danny Welbeck because Danny Welbeck works harder than Rashford. So actually, he's like a Patrick Bamford who feeds kids. It's honestly, man, he
Why
is
you
not
making fun
good
of
enough.
me?
This guy. I tell you, he's not
I
good enough.
love that, Danny
He put me
Welbeck
in the
that
mud. He
feeds
put me in the mud
kids.
last year when he scored 15 goals. And I thought, you know what? Fair play. Then he disappears for 4 years. Then he comes back and he scores another 10, 15 goals. Then he
Walk on
disappears
it,
for 4 years.
Fox.
There's a reason he's 26 years old and he's not in the England's first team. There's a reason for that because mentally he's not elite. I'm sorry, man. I just don't rate him. And that
Yeah,
the weekend
I
was disgrace,
don't
by the
rate
way,
him.
Kat. If I was a
Yeah,
Man
yeah,
United fan, I'd be
I
booing
feel
him.
like what was it? I think it was not even 5 minutes in. Livramento ran past him, and he done that little jump that he does when you that little jump when you just can't be asked. And I can't believe that he didn't play for 1 week, and then that was that. Gave him a penalty for confidence, by the way, Bruno Fernandes. And that's what makes it even 10 times worse. He allowed Livramento, a fullback, to get past him on more than 5 occasions. Scholes said it perfectly himself. Look, now the top dogs are trying to get onto him now. They've seen it. They've had enough. Roy Keane, Jamie Carragher, but the ones from United, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes.
He's the best, man. Roy
Paul
Keane's
Scholes
class.
gets onto the midfield. Even Paul Scholes, he's like once and twice. Once, it's okay. 2 times, I can forgive that. But 3, 4, 5 times, that's unforgivable. It's as simple as that. It's just it's a bit harsh, but he's always getting protected. Even Mike Richards tried to protect him. I'm thinking, Lau, you're doing your age mates type bullshit. Not trying to hear it. I know whatever. You're both from Manchester, trying to defend him. Fuck that, man. Like he's piss poor, and you can talk about loads of players at Man United are not good enough in that months, right?
Let me just because
I'll give it. I can't lie. I'll give it to Carrick or Kenner and just let them try to build something. Both of them together, maybe even just pin them back, get them back. Because I don't know what's going to solve Man United.
And if you do that, then Ipswich will drop off and Leeds will be fine. So get McKenna, man. Do it.
there's no straight answer in it. And obviously, my opinions on Rashford, I've been someone who did defend Rashford at the start of the season, simply because for me, by September, like 3-4 games into the season, I think it was too soon to be on him after scoring the amount of goals he did last season. Like it wasn't exactly normal what he did last season. I think to call him a rubbish footballer is a stretch. I think with Rashford, we always go overboard with the positive direction when he's doing well. I think we got overboard in the negative direction in the other way. You know what I'm saying? I think when he scored all those goals last season, to immediately give him another contract, immediately do this, immediately do that, and give him all these praise was a little bit over the top. And I still think even now the slander is a little bit over the top because of what he can do. I'm just tired of people calling him elite. I just think he's a good winger, and that's as far as it's going to get with him. And he's too hot and cold as opposed to his confidence. So you can't be elite if you're so up and down. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just that his highs are so high and his lows are so low. And you can't rest your low. And the biggest club and let's keep it 100. The biggest club in England, you can't rest your laurels on someone who is so hot and so cold. Do you know what I'm saying? The bar can't be in hell when you're playing bad. And
this is what I say about Bruno Fernandes. What's good for the team? 2 players with net negatives that are values as well. Net negative in their play styles. They're net negatives, bro. They give more negatives than they do positives. Same thing with Harry Maguire. Yeah, even in his good run right now, but there's net negatives in his play. Like you have to play a deeper line. You know, some of his passes might not go off. You have to play, I don't know, even as a fullback, you have to play more tighter to him. All that kind of shit. But then again, that comes down to the manager as well at the same time. Just because I want a certain situation with Man United being out, like everyone knows I want Glazed out. Everyone knows most, if not 99.9% or 100% of fans want Glazed out. It doesn't mean you can't hold the manager accountable at times. That's what people don't understand. Like, I get it, but at the same time, I want a lot of these players out. It can be both things at the same time. There's no right or wrong answer here. With Newcastle, though, I'm not trying to knock Newcastle. I think I've been praised them a lot in it. It'd be unfair to go in that game and say it's all because Man United were crap. That's why Newcastle won. But I wouldn't say Newcastle. Newcastle didn't even need to go up gear 2. They went up 1 gear, and the time that they did go up in that gear, they scored a goal. That's all they needed to do because they knew Man United weren't going to come on it. But why is it when it comes to 70th minute or something, Man United decide, you know what, we're going to play high up the pitch. And oh my God, guess what? When you attack, you need to score goals. Make it make sense. Like, I can't believe that is the logic that came from it. I don't know what his issue is with McTominay. Them two got since McTominay was beefing him, he's been giving him starts. I think it looks like he's struggling to me, innit?
Yeah, it's gone soft, hasn't he? Because he came in and you've got the Sancho thing, you've got the thing that he dealt with Ronaldo, and then didn't you get beat? And then he's talking
Dropped Maguire from the captaincy, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring them in and they're gonna run and stuff like that because they didn't run for me. And now you're looking at it and you're seeing the likes of Martial having a Barney with him while he's on the pitch. Rashford not putting it in. His captain's Bruno, which for me now is arguably, and I know people won't hear it, but he's arguably worse than Maguire. Just because you lead by example, at least Maguire tries. At least Maguire does his utmost. He wasn't making errors on purpose, whereas Bruno throws in the towel if it ain't going his way. So if you've got someone like that, you've got someone like that leading the charge. Like at the end of the day, look, midweek in the Champions League, mate, you get beat. He's out here calling out players, forgetting that he gave away 2 free kicks that led to fucking goals. Like, what are you talking about? Throwing keepers under the bus and stuff. You don't even do that anyway. But to do it when you are the idiot that gave away the 2 sloppy fouls is just insane. It's like, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. And if you've got that inherent at the football club, it stinks. There's no... Of course, it's more than just the manager. We can all say this. And again, it still feels like, how can this change? Even if a new manager, it's going to take another couple of years to get rid of all the deadwood, like at Arsenal. Like at Arsenal with your Aubameyangs and all that. It took them time, but Arteta said, you know what? You're gone. And you need someone who's going to have that strength of character to do that, managing the football club. And it's clear that for me, Ten Hag's not that guy because he's been enough. I don't know. Okay.
I think the Sancho situation is where he went over the bar. I think that went one step too far.
Because how can you do that to him? And then you've got players doing what they're doing for you, or people that are getting shit in the media.
He wouldn't comment on Rashford. You see that? It was like, hang on a minute. So you can throw Sancho under the bus and not, he's lost it, man. He's completely lost it.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, 2 things can be true at the same time. He's a poor, manager, and also the club's rotten. So it's a bad combination. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't understand. I'm meant to believe Sancho is a bad player. I'm meant to believe.
He's ruined it.
I'm meant to believe Sancho is a bad player. When you scrape on right wing all season to actually do something, you think, oh, you know what, Sancho must have a pre-season. He was fit as a fiddle. By the way, he was running his socks off, playing for the second team, trying to play false 9. He wanted to work and get his place, but now you know what? I'm gonna give it to Anthony, even though he's been playing absolutely shit for a whole year.
He's horrendous, man.
Don't get me wrong. Last couple games, he looks a little bit like he's more for it, and he's trying, and he's beating players and stuff. But guess what? It's not enough. This is Man United. Like, you need to be doing more than just beating a couple players. You need to be whipping in absolute fire, crosses and stuff like that, or at least getting your shots off.
But it's funny though, because when last season, even at the back end of last season, me personally, I've been seeing this coming in it simply because the way I saw Man United winning, the way I've been seeing Man United winning games. For me, especially after the Casemiro red card last season, his suspension, bro, you man were playing shit. Rashford will score a goal and Casemiro will stop you guys from losing. It was literally like, it was too much individual prowess that were consistently coming through. So when one of them doesn't perform, I always said, when Rashford's, the one question I had to keep asking you, man, when Rashford's goals dry up, where are the goals coming from? Because your goal difference last season was already close to 0 with Rashford's goals. And God forbid one of the defenders starts to drop off, what happens there? You already want a new goalkeeper. What happens after that? Like, and those questions weren't like crazy, they weren't crazy questions. And now look. And people say, yeah, we won a trophy, Ten Hag's first season. That's why we weren't on him. That's why I didn't get onto 10 brain cells. That's why I weren't on him. Now I'm on him. Now he's had the money. Now it's tactics. Now we're seeing him for the tactics.
You know what the maddest thing is, I was talking to this with Hanno's Corner. There's a Chelsea channel. I just done a preview of him, right? And I was just thinking, like, if you got your summer right, you decided to prioritize maybe your centre back first, because that was clearly needed, and a proper midfielder that can control a game that you actually need to control a game. It's crazy how you abandon philosophy for everything that you know. From being known as a controlling manager of Ajax and stuff like that to absolutely abandon everything for the win. That's crazy for me. You lose at Palace. How the hell do you lose at Palace? Regardless if it's an offside in the way which it was, but it's still given. How are you not scoring against Palace? is one thing. You look at the cup other games. Brighton played a B team. Newcastle in the Carabao Cup played a C team. You could even stretch it maybe to Arsenal, where you think like, you know what, you could have done even better. You know, because you had to play Ericsson and whatnot. You could see that stoppy goal against Erdegaard. You know, you're 1-0 up at that point, and you give away a goal. It's little bits like that, and you think you're 9 points off the top spot. You had every single right to go get proper players this summer. Most teams, bar maybe even City, got it right this summer. Arsenal got it right, maybe 50-50, Havertz, whatever, but they did get Timber, etc. Chelsea, you know, I mean, Liverpool, they got it exactly right. But Man United, you go get Mason Mount and you go get Amrabat on loan, which I did want him personally, but I don't think he's using him correctly. But the type of midfielder that we really did need, he didn't get. And you feel like, what? How the hell have you done that? And you wonder why you're in the position that you're in right now. You could be easily 9 points extra this season alone through losses that have occurred. And it's just
Goalkeeper's one man as well.
To be fair, it's Neji said this. A guy called Neji, sports Man United, talks really well Man United as well, right? He said, you know what? The hay is not the concern here right now. As much as I want a new goalkeeper, we need a centre back and we need a midfielder more than ever and a striker. This is down to Ten Hag. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, this is down to him. And second of all, you don't want to play the way you want to play, and you want to continue playing absolute Brexit football, pretty much one of the worst in the league, down there with Sheffield United. This is what you're going to get. You're going to have to grind results. You're going to have to do Diego Simeone type settings. At least he's got structure, though. This is down to him. And you know what? Newcastle are doing everything right. I think Paul Scholes said it correctly. He said, when I was playing football, I didn't even need to know where certain players on the pitch because I just know they were there. I didn't even have to look. Newcastle, look at the difference in Newcastle. They know exactly where they are without having to look. They just know when they pass it, someone's there. Trippier.
Eddie Howe's done a great job, man.
Every time he dinks it forward. If you notice Trippier, by the way, before he looks up, he just dinks it. But guess what? He knows Almiron's coming short because he's there. The Lewis Miley's there to pop the ball. It's just everyone comes in. This is why people are always shocked when they're Man United. Oh, how comes when this player comes in, they just look like they're still the same? Because it is the same. This is how it should be. But yeah, man, look, Man United are quietly muddied right now. You don't get a result against Chelsea, could be the last nail in the coffin. You got that game coming up at Anfield, which might seal the deal. He's got to get some results. You got Aston Villa soon. You got West Ham and obviously thinking Chelsea next. You got to get 2 wins, and you got Bournemouth. You got to get 3 wins. Out of December, you have to get 5 out of 6 wins, in my opinion.
And the peak thing is, yeah, on Wednesday we actually both need to win. That's the issue. That's why it's a mad game for neutrals, because like we both need to win. We've got our reasons. Ten Hag needs to win this game, probably a bit more than Poch, like as a manager. But in terms of our clubs, you man need us a lot. Like you guys can't afford to lose to us at home. Like it just can't happen.
No, it can't happen. I'll be fuming. If we lose against you lot, and I'll retract my statement after that Man City game. But this time it won't be reactionary. We are not allowed to lose to you lot. That is for me. That's the final straw.
Probably is, isn't it?
That's the bar. You are 10th. You're mid-table juice. You're crap. Like, I'm not having that. Especially Chelsea. I can't stand them. Don, I'm not having Don come and never a foul and start giving it the large, picking their back. I'm just not having it.
Anyways. We will, you know. We will be there.
You won't. You won't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be there.
But yeah, look, moving on to some positive stuff. Obviously, rather than Man United and the craziness, Arsenal and Liverpool, as the title is correctly said, stamping their authority on the league right now. You don't want to get too ahead of yourself. I hear it, Potts, but Mons can. So if Mons can, I think you can. I think you have a lot of positives to take from this season. What are you 2 points clear as well at this point? Not exactly great. It's not actually amazing. But Arsenal, you done what Liverpool did this week. You played terrible, but you won. Got the result, regardless of the oppo.
I think for the first half hour, we didn't play terrible. I thought we battered them. And then it just went dead after that, to be fair. I think Wolves decided we don't want this to be 5 or 6. So they didn't allow it to be 5 or 6 after that. I think they double teamed up on Martinelli and Saka, which is what a lot of teams have done this year. I think Saka deserves a hell of a lot more credit than the kid's getting, if I'm honest. The goals and assists from him is phenomenal in terms of a player that's apparently been poor this year. If that's him being poor, I can't wait for him to get good because his GA is unreal, man. I think people like to shit on players like that. I don't know why. We did it with Beckham, we did it with Rooney, we did it with Gerrard. Now we're doing it with Saka, and it's like, oh, he's not even that great. He's not world class. He's not elite. Let's just let him do his thing, man. I'm quite happy with Bukayo Saka. I think Martinelli is on the other side and sometimes gets forgotten about. Talk about Rashford getting hyped up. I take Martinelli all day long over Marcus Rashford. So for me, we've got them two lads. We've always got a chance. But the ones that are getting the credit, rightly so, are Saliba, Declan Rice, and Gabriel. And when them three stay fit in that little
And
trio,
one more.
we've got
You're missing
unbelievable,
one. Missing
Macaulay.
one.
Go on,
Maybe
bro.
missing
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu.
Yeah, man.
It's a
Thank
shame
you.
though. It's a
Thank you,
shame.
man. I hope he's not out because they're saying it might just be fatigue, but he did come off and he's, his injury record's like. He has been, Cass, probably one of the most consistent performers for Arsenal this season.
He's looking like
And
Ben
what I
White of
love
last
about-
year. It's crazy. I haven't even thought
Yeah.
Ben White this season. You know?
Yeah, listen, he can play right back, he can play left back, he can play centre back. He's very, very good in the air, really good one-on-one defending. And he's a player that got forgotten about due to his injuries last year, but he's come in and he's really done a good job. And I think that sometimes he does forgotten about. Midweek against Lens, he was phenomenal. Man of the match in the first half. He then got subbed along with Zinchenko, but he was brilliant again when he come on. And I do think he's top. Listen, I'm not getting carried away because a lot of Arsenal fans will do that. It's not like we're 12 points clear, man. We need to be realistic. We've got a very, very good side, but it's not as good squad-wise as Manchester City. It's still not. I still think we were left short. I think if we was to lose any key injuries, we would really be affected by it. Now, the only one player that hasn't been affected by the injuries that we've had before is Thomas Partey because of Declan Rice. I've been run out of superlatives for the lad, if I'm honest with you. He's just been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And people say 100 million, 100 billion. How much pressure was on that lad's shoulders? 105 million. He's just brushed it aside. I'm worth every penny. Probably worth more than that, man, for me now. I look at it and I think, Christ, okay, fair play. I'm worth every
right
single.
now on form, best DM in the league right now on form.
I mean, I still look at Rodri and think he's world class, but I think if you look
on form,
He's
though.
better on form,
Yeah,
though, isn't
if
he?
you look on form, I think Declan Rice is the guy, man. He really is. And I think as well, what he's done is actually play 6 and 8. And not a lot of people think that. They think he's just been playing in front of the anchor. He's been doing a bit of both. He can play both. And his driving forward is actually an attribute that I mentioned the other day on my fan cam, talking about why I actually look at that and think you might have a little bit more to your game than Rodri potentially. Obviously, he's only 24. And he hasn't really done it at that level yet in terms of Champions Leagues and winning stuff like Rodri has. But if I look at what everything Rodri's good at, I look at everything that Rice is good at as well. And I think that if there was any difference in the two players, then driving with the ball is something he needs to be more confident with because he can do it, man. I just love him. I think he's absolutely wicked and been so impressed with him. And yeah, man, he's the reason I think that we might get closer this year. But something in my mind says that you can't write City off, man. I've seen no evidence to suggest ever writing City off, man. And Liverpool, I think they're quality going forward, but I still have my concerns at the back still. I think they're a DM, like a proper 6 and a centre-back away from winning the league, in my opinion. But maybe they could do that in January. They get those two positions in January, and I think they got an unbelievable chance as well, man. So, like you said earlier, Kaz, I think January is massive, massive, massive for both Arsenal and Liverpool in particular.
Yeah, 100% as well. Like, I don't know if anyone wants to add though as well. If anyone wants to add towards Rice, but I was going to also mention Erdegaard last 2 games. Obviously, he's had a poor start to the season.
Yeah,
I think rightfully critiqued as well. He's my type of 10. I've said it since last year. Innit? Guy's a controller. I want my number 8/10 to control a game, and then create when it needs to. But for me, I don't know what you think, Mons. Obviously, Jay or even Joe. Erdegaard, man, he deserves his flowers as well. Like he was hooping yesterday, like the Erdegaard we know. Maybe they found
of course. I think
finally
that-
for him.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that I wouldn't write off Man City. I don't think anyone's writing off Man City, but we can criticize them. They do deserve to be criticized when they mess up. Because the second they do something good, everyone's on their ass anyways. You know what I'm saying? These guys aren't immune. And that's why people will think I'm quite hard on City or I'm a bitter Liverpool fan. No, it's just that, well, whenever anyone around Manchester City aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, we're the first ones to hear about it from every fan base. I think with Odegaard, I think he has had a dodgy start to the season. I'm in the same boat with Martinelli. I think for me, Trossard should be starting out left at the moment. I think Martinelli is still contributing. He's still contributing, but I feel like he does need to maybe, again, he was unlucky hitting the post and whatnot, but he does need to step up a little bit. I think Saka is the performances are starting to improve now. His GA hasn't dropped at all. In fact, if anything, it's gotten better. So I think when Odegaard is performing, I think the rest of the front three flourish a lot more. Jesus isn't getting goals, but I think, again, he's bringing what he brings to the front three, what he needs to. And I think Arsenal's goals are spread. So for me, as long as Arsenal's defense is what's keeping them afloat in terms of being at the top of the table, I still think City will win the league, but I think Arsenal are more equipped to win the league this season than last, as opposed. And I'm not saying they're playing pragmatic football. Arteta's gone for more this control type. But if that front three does click, while the defense moves as well, they're moving. It is scary hours if you're looking at Arsenal from an objective point of view. You know what I'm saying? And we are like, I know Pep is probably looking over his shoulder thinking, "Raw, okay." You know what I'm saying? The apprentice, all right. You know what I'm saying? So for me, Arsenal are so there, and even just going over to Liverpool, I think we still need to get that 6. I think what's saving us is the individual brilliance of Alisson and Van Dijk. Their form this season has been unbelievable. So that's kind of what's keeping us in there. If you actually look, we haven't conceded that many more goals than obviously Arsenal and City. But again, when you have game winners like what we have an abundance of game winners. I think more than Arsenal and more than City, more than anyone in the league. We have game changers, and they're not always going to be able to change the game. I said Salah had a stinker. You know what I'm saying? Nunes had in front of goal. Salah and Nunes were horrible in front of goal. But finally, not like seasons gone, we have midfielders that can chip in now. We have the Szoboszlais, the McAllisters. These guys can chip in with goals, and it's going to help us in the games.
Szoboszlai's only got one, but yeah.
We have guys who can chip in. As Højlund still has 0. So anyway,
if it wasn't for Szoboszlai diving, you would have drew that game yesterday. Yeah, let's get one thing straight. You remember that dive for that free kick?
Wataru Endo has more goals than Højlund. Anyway, but we'll speak about it.
And he's got the same as Gabby Jesus. What?
We'll get into.
You know what? I think Arsenal have just been chalking them off, but now we're starting to see them perform similarly to what they did last season, especially in the first half. I know, okay, we'll switched it up on that, but I think in the first half they were really, really good. Arsenal, we've seen them put 6 past Lawns in midweek. So I think for me, you know, earlier on in the season, and anyone who says they don't flip flop, they do. Because this is football, everyone does it. I was like, you know what, Liverpool are going to be the ones, but now we're seeing Arsenal looking like the front runner, if you like. They've got Luton tomorrow. I'm expecting more goals. The mad thing is, I think Arsenal, okay, the squad might not be as good as City's, but it's been bolstered this year. It's a little bit deeper. And dealing with December is going to be interesting because obviously we play so much football. That's going to be great to see. And as long as the thing is, if they can create a little gap, even if City do come back, you know what I mean? I think Arsenal have it within them now to see it over the line. Experience last year, you know, will count for loads. Declan Rice is phenomenal. Doesn't put in less than a 7, 8 out of 10 performance week in, week out. Is unreal. So you know, they've just made some decent acquisitions. Even Havertz is getting amongst the goals. And listen, I don't watch them week in, week out, but he's probably doing a lot more off the ball that he's probably not getting credit for. But yeah, it's what it is. And yeah, I've been impressed by them. If you go again in January and maybe get a Tony or someone like that, then that's going to see you over the line. But I think you're not going to be the only one who needs to move in January. There's going to be a few. I think Newcastle will have to. I know they're not in the race for the title, but what I'm saying is I think a lot of teams are going to improve. Chelsea might go again. Liverpool will have a look for that 6. So it's about making sure you're proactive with that as well and not resting on it in order to get you over the line. Because we know City, their recruitment's not been good. January, they'll try and improve it. So yeah, listen, Saka's the boy. Rice is phenomenal. Like, come on, the Arsenal, innit? That's all you can do.
Oh, damn.
The way it is.
Big up, John.
Yeah, it's last.
By the way, Ches can't speak positive about any rivals. By the way, he struggles. So watch him. When you listen to him, listen carefully. Listen carefully because he don't like doing it. If he ain't Chelsea, he can't do it.
You'll learn about ball. You get me? But this is the thing. I'll be objective in it because, like, I'll take.
Oh yeah, look, he's changing. He's changing the angle now. See what he's doing.
I'm gonna change it up because Kaz has got an agenda. But you know what it is. I hear. I agree with everything Joe said, yeah. But the problem is that, like,
but
they have they have to prove it, even for Dan and co, to show they can actually win the league. I think Arsenal will have to literally prove they can win it by winning it before anybody can say anything like, yeah, they can go on and win the league. And if they get a gap, it'll be good enough. Because we've seen them under Arteta, for example, in high pressure situations, bottle it when they haven't needed to. Right. So last year, the excuse was, Dan will know this, Saliba got injured. That's why we lost the league, right? That's what I was hearing. But then you go, surely your manager should do something to caveat that problem, right? So we haven't seen him face adversity this season yet to say, if they have a gap, they'll go on and win the league. So it's not saying they won't.
Well, you say
But
that, but they've
I
had
think
to
being
make
honest, you've got to do it.
make shit
to
from
see you can
free.
do it.
That is, if you're saying
Huh?
adversity, then they haven't had Jesus, Martinelli, sometimes Erdegaard at points, and an injured Saka. So is that not?
I wouldn't say that's adversity though, because
Is
that's
it?
kind of normal.
Is it?
That's standard injuries that happen in football.
But they didn't have that
I
last
see
season
it.
with these three. Other than Jesus, I think at one point, and they had Nketiah for a while. That's they've had Trossard on the wing. They've had Havertz up front. They've had Nketiah there. They've had Jesus on the wing. They've had I think they've had Trossard on both wings.
Jesus got injured for like 3 months last season.
Yeah, and he's been injured for majority of this season.
That's my point. So it's normal. That hasn't
Yeah, I know.
changed.
But I'm saying, but they've had a makeshift. Typically, they had Martinelli and Saka for most of last season, and I think they missed Martinelli
I get what
off
you're saying,
period.
but like I think Damon agrees. It's not about that they can't win it. They just have to prove it. Like, there's enough talking now. Arsenal actually needs to deliver. Like, it's all good saying, yeah, we have a point in gap.
I understand you, bro. I do understand you, and I think that's
saying
why
that.
people have got
I'm the
doubts
same as
because
Chelsea. Like, if Chelsea get finals, we lost against Liverpool months from them 3 times in a row. Like, I'm not going to sit and go, yeah, if we have them in the final in FA Cup, like, we've got to actually deliver. There's only so much saying you can actually do.
yeah,
Or like, it gets a bit like, okay.
that's fair, man. That's fair. I think, with Arteta's fallen at the last hurdle in last couple of years, people have not been convinced. He needs to get across the line, and I hope we do it this year. I think injuries, you're right, and that's why I don't think that we have done enough in January. In the summer still. Because if Saliba gets injured, we're back to square one from last year. If Partey gets injured, we've now got Rice. But if Rice was to get a knock, we've literally got no other box-to-box midfielder. Saka doesn't have any cover. We still don't have a centre forward other than Jesus. So there's definitely some areas there. I think everyone's got them, by the way. It's not just Arsenal. But when you look at it in terms of what we're trying to do, if we're trying to get top 4, it's done. Job done. But I want to win the league, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Arsenal can't win the league. It's just saying that if this was Chelsea, I would literally say the same thing. Like, we get a few injuries to our key players, or even get in top 6 race in the future, maybe we get there. Christopher Nkunku gets injured again. I'm going to say the same thing. Like, it matters.
Maybe we get there in the top 6 race.
I had to put that in, innit? I had to put that in because hopefully, because if we don't,
one day, bro, one day
we'll get there. You know what I mean? But, yeah.
The last thing I'm going to talk about, obviously, we didn't get to do it much yesterday because I was doing too busy. I don't know how Chelsea fans even can compare Trent and James together, but at this point in time. But Liverpool, squeaky bum time, man. Trent showed up, showed the minerals once. You know what I mean?
Monologue time. No, I'm joking. I won't spend too long in it. But yeah, I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Trent Alexander-Arnold, what more does he need to do? They tried to compare him to Grease James, Obese James, whatever you want to call him. That argument's been done. They try compare. Look, even now they can't even take. You know what I'm saying? They tried to compare him to Hakimi. Don't know what he's doing at the moment. You know what I'm saying? There was a few others. Wan-Bissaka, Wan-Biscoff, Biscuits, Spider-Man, Bambi, whatever you want to call him. Remember that argument? So it's like, just keep on throwing right backs in there. Just keep on doing that. It's not. This guy has 100 career GA at the age of 25. That's not normal. It's not normal. And the fact that, for me, what I'm loving about Trent right now is that defensively this season, he's actually been sound defensively. And no one is talking, like, cool, everyone will talk about the goals he scored, but no one's talking about how defensively better, how much better he's been defensively this season. Not saying he's tore down trees and he's been excellent, amazing, but the improvement defensively has been fine. Trent isn't even that bad. For me, he's average. He's an average defender at best. Yeah. But because it's Trent and he's the benchmark, it gets highlighted more. But in terms of giving this man his flowers, even if he is an average defender, if someone strikes the ball and can pick out any pass, you name it, any type of pass, grass cutter, switch, deep line cross, back post, any type of pass, breaking the lines from any part of the pitch, any club, he's got that. Yeah. You cater your game to that player. You know what I'm saying? Some of the greatest players to grace this game don't press, or they've got a part of their game that, you know, that is actually quite horrible in terms of maybe working in a certain system. But Trent is that good that you build your team around someone as good as that. That's how good he is. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's able to defend a little bit better, he's able to invert, he can play as an 8 if needed, he can drop into the 6, even though it's not as the same quality maybe as an inverted right back position or as a right-sided 8. This guy is the modern day David Beckham, and I don't give a dash about what anyone says. It's as simple as that. Yeah, they might not want to believe it. They might not want to hear it. People don't even want to see it. But what this kid has been doing since he stepped into the team in 2016/17 is a joke. A joke.
Can I ask you, Mons, like, because I think he's generational. I think he's an unbelievable footballer, right? And I have questioned his defending like a lot of other people have, because I think it's only right that when we see it, it's been questioned, right? I think he's a phenomenal footballer, and everything that he does on the ball is outstanding. And I think as a footballer, he's better than Reece James. I would question whether Reece James is better defensively than Trent. And I had this question with Errol the other day on my channel, because Errol was saying that he would take Trent, obviously, because he's a big Liverpool fan. But what I want to know, and I want to ask Daryl this, what is it that Liverpool fans are wanting us lot to say? Because I think everybody has praised him up, but maybe I'm missing maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I'm hearing people slating him, saying he's no good, saying he's trash, saying that there's about 5-7 players better than him in his position. What is it that we're supposed to go, do you know what, fair play, Liverpool fans, you're right? Because I'm kind of agreeing with Liverpool fans. I don't really get what the hate is. I don't get it.
Personally, I think, obviously, I'm not kind of referring to you guys kind of when I say these kind of things about Trent. Like, it's not even me trying to prove to you guys anything, because I think none of you guys have sat here and gone, "Oh, Monster chatting shit." None of you have sat here and said that. Kaz has even come to Trent's defense quite a lot throughout the season. My thing is that, you know, I feel like maybe if we're looking at a fan base, I think Chelsea fans are the most reluctant to praise Trent, in my opinion, because of obviously the obvious debate that's going to go on for a long, long time between Reece James and Trent, because they're both top right backs, of course. But for me, it's when someone is the benchmark, I think their disrespect isn't as loud as their praise. You know what I'm saying? Because Trent did have a horrific start to the season last year. He was horrible. But after 5 unbelievable seasons, he was horrible. Yeah. Now, for me, someone like Reece James, I've only seen Reece James at the top level for about a combined 18 months because he doesn't play enough, right? But they still think it's okay to compare a man that barely plays to someone who does this year in, year out. So I think it's almost like, because it's Liverpool and because it's Trent, sometimes I'm not branding everyone with this sticker, by the way. I'm not branding everyone with this sticker, but anything that Trent does that's wrong is highlighted far more than a Trippier, than a Reece James, than a Walker. You said it today, earlier on in the stream. The way Trippier got done, you said the first thing you said was, that was Trent. You'd be seeing it everywhere. And I understand that's what comes with being generational and stuff like that. But I know for a fact that if anyone else had Trent in their side, they'd be coming with the same defense mechanisms that we are. It's the exact same thing. Trent is a luxury player to a degree, but at the end of the day, it's always going to be a difficult argument for fans like Chelsea fans, because Trent isn't balanced. You know what I'm saying? I think we are a bit obsessed with balance.
Where should we play him in the England side? This is a true question for me. Where should he play?
I think he should probably play right centre mid, especially if you have a 6 that could do the work. So we saw the best Trent, especially when Henderson was doing all the leg work. Declan Rice is miles clear of Henderson. And even when Henderson was in his prime, you could even make the argument that Declan Rice, what we're seeing now, is still better. So we have the legs and we have the protection to play Trent in that England squad. I've always said you could even play Reece James with Trent. You could play him with Kyle Walker. You can play Trent with any of these right backs, any of them. It's about what he offers in winning games.
Do you think Trent, Rice, and Bellingham would be the 3? Yeah.
No chance.
I'd want Maddison in there, me personally, because I think Maddison's that good. But if we are playing a 5, I still believe Trent can go at the right wing back, and Reece James could be at the right centre back. We just need a competent manager. Let's just put it like that. Because if it's me right now,
Oh, don't say that in front of Joe. Don't say that in front of Joe.
Southgate is so shit. But what's it called? Yeah, like any other manager would have won us that flipping Euros without a doubt. Guy's a fraud. It's not hard to see. He's not going back in. He's absolutely bottled a penalty and bottled it for England in as a manager. But anyways, look, he's done some good stuff.
You're gonna win the Euros though, bro. Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah. We've been saying that for like 60 years or so. We ain't even won the Euros before.
No,
But what's it called? Anyways, but I just feel like, nah, if you're doing that, for me, Foden, Bellingham, Rice, midfield, easy for me. Trent's going right back. I want to attack and win the game. I'd be bringing on Reece James to secure it up, not start him. Because he might, I don't know, might do his knee or something again, or his hamstring, or his ankle. He's had all sorts of injuries. But that's me personally. It depends on the opposition as well. You have to think about what wingers are coming up at the same time. But it's good to have two options. Personally, even left backs up for debate. Still, I'll still probably put you. I don't even know how to put. Maybe Shaw. I don't know, but it's not the point. I don't think he should play midfield. I don't think he's a midfielder. I think he's an inverted right back. Centre mid's a whole different ball game for me. If you'd agree.
Interesting.
I'd rather have Trippier over James. To be honest, guy's been consistent
at this moment. Yeah, but I still think James is. But
James is sick. He just can't stay fit.
You have to sometimes flip it though, man. You have to flip it. Like, let's say Trent was barely available, but we saw Trent's quality every so often, because that's how often we see Reece James's quality. Because even when Reece James has played, it's not like he's been a world beater every time he's played this season, because he hasn't. Yeah. If Reece James was the one who was available 24/7 and he'd won everything there was to win, and you flip the argument, people will be looking at us Liverpool fans like we're insane. Look at us like we're insane. Like insane. Because, bro, I like what Dap said. Players can have good seasons. Michu had a good season. Michu, bro, had a good. Do you get it? Like, there are men out there that we've seen and we've never seen again.
But we're not comparing Michu to.
I'm not comparing Michu to Reece James, but I'm saying there are men out there that have had a good season. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has had a good season. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Reece James, for me, I need to see it for longer and for him to be fit. Prove your fitness, and because man are acting like the second he touches grass, he's the 9 out of 10. That's not.
No, but the thing is, once let me chime in here. Yeah, I know we got to go soon, but I think the point is the fact he's still being spoken about and he's barely fit shows how good he is. That's why I don't think Chelsea fan. By the way, I haven't argued against you this whole time because I agree with you. Like, availability is the best ability, and he's producing at a high level. So am I going to sit here and put James?
We're not about to do this again. I tried to talk about. This is what happens. Yeah, try to talk about Liverpool game. This time it's Monster's fault. He's done this Trent versus James again.
Yeah, that was all you meant.
If you're a Liverpool fan, hoping to hear about the Fulham game, how much they put them on ropes and all this kind of stuff, etc., etc. Is that the window now? Is that the window now? It's
because you know James is clear. But anyways,
if we're gonna keep to the last 5 minutes or few minutes, Chelsea beat Brighton 3-2. But if you want to call it controversial or not, it wasn't a penalty at the end. I looked at it; that was 100% a penalty. 1 million trillion% a penalty. Milner should be doing much better in that situation. He could have got his body in front of pretty much a little bit earlier, maybe. But you know what? You're down to 10 men. We credited, other teams that went down to 10 men before, and put in a performance, bro. You might have dropped off a little bit, but you got the 3 points, bro. There's nothing to hate on Chelsea. You won. It's what matters.
5 minutes is enough for this segment, bro. We got the job done. We were solid. It was all about the result. It wasn't about performance. Brighton, a good footballing team. They outplay most teams in the league. That's not an embarrassment. We were down to 10 men for a long time, whole half and a bit. So I'm happy that we stuck in there. Badiashile played well. Caicedo played overall quite well. Enzo had a good performance as well, got 2 goals. Anyway, we won't go on that. But
go on, say Hoyland.
Yeah, I don't want to open the worms. I'm saying I want to open the worms up.
Caicedo been injured for a minute, still got more goals and so yeah. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, let me continue. Yeah, but yeah, Enzo played well, and yeah, it's just good for Chelsea fans. It's good that this Man United game came at a decent time for us. Hopefully, Christopher Kuku's on the bench. That'd be nice, and we won't see Conor Gallagher in the team. I know you man are probably thinking, what is the best midfielder? It depends on the game. Man United was not the game for him anyway. It's going to be way too open. We need someone who could actually attack their rubbish.
That's exactly who you need. You need someone who's going to press Man United.
But we don't need a pressure. We need someone to create.
I asked you this. No. I asked you this off air. Yeah. who is going to do your running in the midfield for you? Who's your eights that are doing the running? Because as far as I know, look, I know Cole Palmer's not a bad presser of the game, but he's not doing that for 90 minutes. I said it for Enzo as well. This ain't even about the Chelsea Brighton game either. He ain't running either. The guy runs with a parachute on. Who's pressing for you on a big pitch like that? This ain't Stamford Bridge's pitch.
The thing is, you say Cole Palmer's all right, but I'd still stick him in that 10. He'll
Yeah,
do
no, I hear the 10, but who's pressing? This is what I'm saying. This is why Gallagher's been starting a lot for you, because every midfield needs a bunch of legs in there, whether it's Curtis Jones or Graven Birch or whoever it may be. Arsenal doing dog work, whether it's Erdegaard or Rice or whoever it may be in the 8. They're still doing dog work. Who's doing your dog work?
Listen, the thing is, I don't know how he's going to deal with Conor Gallagher not being there, but he shouldn't be there anyway. He doesn't offer a lot going forward. I know you're talking about the press, but in my opinion, our midfield lacks that spark about Cole Palmer in it. So you put Cole Palmer in the middle.
That's very true.
What's the name? But Gallagher's been good this year, hasn't he, for Chelsea, I think.
The thing is, he's been good in spells. So it depends on...
No. It's because he doesn't look great on the eye. And they see previous last year, they can't help but think because, it's Gallagher. It's typical old Gallagher.
Every player has...
Surely there's no way he drops him when he just gave him the captaincy. I know
but he's got a yellow card.
They're calling him an XL bully a week ago. They're calling him XL bully a week ago, but now what? That's just gone all of a sudden because, this is what we've been waiting for. No Gallagher in the team.
But it just depends on the team. If you're playing the teams that are going to sit back, like Man United don't play good football. We don't need someone to...
We don't really sit back. We don't sit back that much. Not at home,
exactly. We're going to be utilising the space. Is anybody here going to trust Gallagher to get the ball in the turn and get a good through ball
against Bruno Fernandes and all that? Yes.
No, he's not, bro.
Yes,
against Arsenal, what was he praised for, Dan? Pressing, right? Exactly. It wasn't chance creation and getting on the ball and making things happen. Just pressing. We need more. Man United are crap. They ain't gonna have much of the ball like that. We should start to create. We're gonna have the ball. So if we have the ball, we need Cole Palmer creating opportunities and being clinical, and we'll beat Man United. Simple. They're not hard to beat. Pause.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But other than that, I think that's going to be up for the show. We'll see. We'll see what Don has to say tomorrow because I'm not having this Chelsea talk. I'll be honest. Do this all the time. You have one result. Your one win streak's going to go. It's done, in my opinion. No matter what situation we're in. But big up Joe. You can find him on Just Joe Football. Is it Just Joe Football? Just Joe Football Show?
Yeah, man. Just
Joe Football Show in the description below. Dan
Why you acting like you don't know, mate? You're my biggest fan.
You know what? You know what it is? It's the last part of it, but did it have Sean in the end? Or was it Football Talk? Yeah. And obviously Dan Potts, Top Fans Podcast, and obviously Big Six Bants as well. If you want to see more of Joe, if you want to see more of Potts, 8 p.m. today as well, and also Big Six Bants with Monts. You can all find it if you actually let go of your live chats for once, people, and actually press the like button, and you might find the description. Trust me, it's not that hard. But other than that, we're not going to be back live later today. We're going to be back live tomorrow with Don at 11:15, maybe 12 o'clock. Hopefully 12 o'clock. So, but yeah, man. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this. Never a Foul Reacts is there as well if you want to see me and Monts as well in the description below as well, or just type it in as yourself. Other than that, we're going to be out and catch you in a bit.
Peace.